if and when. So number one is actually remembrance. That's bullet point number one. In fact, all of this wisdom, we actually do have it inside us. We've just forgotten about it. That really is the truth of the matter, okay? So number two are the Hermetic principles, they are known as, but also known as the cosmic laws, okay? And this also is ancient knowledge, and it is innate in the cosmos, in the universe. And we do really need to remember this, okay? So the 7 Hermetic principles, or the great cosmic laws, and the tree of life science, okay? Very ancient principles, almost inherent from the beginning of time, in fact, okay? So do you guys remember what the 7 cosmic laws are? We have actually spoken about it on numerous occasions in the past. But just asking if you do remember what the 7 cosmic laws are. Yeah? No? I remember from other studies. Okay, very good. So you would like to know? Okay, we can just sort of like run through that, I guess. I won't go into deep explanation like we've done in other scopes, and you would find that, okay, if you look through my catch.me/fusion7healing, you will find a deeper scope there about the Hermetic principles or the 7 cosmic laws, you know, whatever the case may be. Okay, so the 7 cosmic laws, truth crew. Number 1 is mentalism, okay? Everything is mind, the universe is mind. Number 2 is correspondence, as above, so below. Number 3 is vibration, everything that is vibrates. Number 4 is polarity, everything has a polar opposite, yes? Feminine, masculine, up, down, right, wrong, etc., etc. Number 5 is rhythm, which actually means sound. Okay, so this takes us to some of the stuff in the scriptures, when, you know, it is said that everything begins with sound, and with the word, and the word was God. It actually comes to that. So everything is rhythm. Everything has a sound. Everything is cause, and I call it response as opposed to effect, because response would mean that we take greater responsibility for self. And number 7, of course, is gender, okay, which means everything has a masculine and feminine side. Everything, including one woman and one man, okay, including the primary source. Everything is gender. It is a combination of both. And it is up to us to get that balance right, to get it harmonized, okay? So those are our 7 cosmic laws, or 7 Hermetic principles. Guys, if you find this esoteric and metaphysical wisdom of value, then please do share it on to your favourite social media platform, or to your community or followers or friends, whatever it is that you wish to call them. And follow me here also, don't forget that, you're very welcome. So just kind of banged through real quick through the 7 cosmic laws for you, okay? So thank you, Marcinyi, thank you for inviting your community, because some people might find this really kind of uplifting and very much awakening, okay? So we're on to number 3 of what the great work is, okay? And number 3 is to understand that everything that is vibrational frequency of light, colour or sound. Fact, okay? This stuff is facts, okay? It's not made up. And it's also, if we look at it from a quantum perspective, it is quantum dynamics that actually explains this very efficiently. So if you do any like investigation or research on quantum, it has a very eloquent way of being able to actually validate, if you like, exactly how this works. It is cosmic law, And it's very exciting because science is also starting to validate exactly the same thing. We can't explain everything in the material because we are not in total holonomically material, but we're getting very close to be able to explain much more. Big David, what's up? Thank you for joining, my darling. So number four, everything is sacred geometry, which means that there is a divine or sacred pattern that is innate throughout the whole of nature, through the micro all the way to the macrocosm. Yes, from the infinite all the way to the infinite, from the finite, all the way to the infinite, and from the infinite all the way back to the finite once more. Everything has a certain pattern, and this pattern is known as sacred geometry, okay? Which again, I've scoped about on many occasions, and I will continue to scope about because it's such a fascinating subject. Number 5, realization, okay? Realization is number 5. All of the suffering in humanity is because of the suppression of this knowledge. Okay, so everything that we've talked about so far, because it is not mainstream, this is why people suffer. Whereas if it was taught, if it was remembered in our education system, which again, I have done some transmissions about this subject, okay, what should be in the education curriculum, that was a few scopes ago, you may want to watch that. And if all this stuff was in fact in our curriculum, we wouldn't be suffering the way we were, because people would be growing up, children with a different mindset altogether, yeah? So very, very important stuff. So number 5 is about realization, knowing in fact that because there is a suppression of this knowledge, this is the reason why humanity is suffering. And not just humanity, right? Also all sentient beings, animals and all of that. And everything that grows on this earth suffers because we have not implemented this knowledge into our everyday realities. And that's number 5. Cut off from our universal connection. Absolutely, absolutely. From our universal connection and from these deep, immutable truths. As you know, Truth Crew, I'm always talking about truth and the immutable truths, and these are it. These are the fundamental, groundwork, sort of universal immutable truths that need to be implemented into every part of our lives. What's up, Bullet? Thank you for joining this morning. So number 6 is the solution. Yeah, the solution. So number 6 is, what in fact is the solution to all of this? Well, we are the solution. That's actually the answer to this question. We are the solution. And the way that we can come into the solution, Truth Crew, is by actually aligning the way that we think with the way that we feel and with the deeds that we execute, okay? The deeds that we do in everyday life. So we need to align this triad, these 3 sacred aspects of self, okay? Which is to align the thought with the deed and the feeling. Once we get that aligned, then we can actually be really miraculous. We can create miracles, okay? Just like my book, The Miracle Frequency, okay? We can do that. And that is how we do it, based on the great work, which are the truths that we talked about beforehand. Deliran, hey, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in this morning, okay? So we are the solution. And this, as a result, is how we can achieve truth, love and freedom on every level, okay? On every spectrum of self, we can actually do that. So that is what we need to do. We are the solution. You are the solution. I am the solution. And the solution is within. And so number 7, Truth Crew, of course, is action. So we need to apply. So we know that we are the solution. We know the 3 aspects of the solution. Thank you so much for the flow of hearts. I really do appreciate that, Truth Crew. And we need to put that together by taking the action, okay? The inner kind of non-action, which is the inner work, and of course the outer action also, which is practical application, okay? And so we do this by first understanding the knowledge, okay? So we need to research about it, we need to understand it, and then we need to apply. What's up, Alexis? Thank you for coming in, my love. We need to apply our Hieron Thelema, which is our divine will, in order to retrieve the greatness that we are, okay? Then, as a result of that, we can create a life that is full of potential and full of miracles indeed. Galimera Alexis, how are you doing today? Thank you for coming in. So those, Truth Crew, are the 7 key points to the great work in order to achieve greatness in itself. Okay,